The Staincast.
What is the Staincast?
Stain?
Stain. Who is Stain?
Am I dreaming? Yes.
Stain.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode 115 of the Staincast. Of course, I'm one of your co-hosts, Mr. Stephen E. With me, as always,
What's up, y'all? DL in the building. Just us again this week, like Hag was saying.
just us, covering the Half-Blood Prince, the sixth movie in the Harry Potter franchise, year 6, book 3.
Yeah.
I don't know where book 3 came from, but, whatever. Before we get into that, though, the usual new content. X-Men has been coming out recently, and watch it if you haven't. It is phenomenal. Definitely tap in. We'll be covering it shortly after it finishes, so make sure you tap in
Yeah,
before that.
check it out. I'll have to check it out.
And fuck Drake. All right.
Yeah. Let me just, for the record, just state that this beef is now officially lame. That now that they're fucking not even saying real disses. As soon as look, I agree with you, Kendrick on top, but that whole shit about Drake having a daughter, just trying to be like Pusha, lame to me. It's like whether and then it's like the idea. It's like now Drake has the burden of proof's on Drake. It's like what? It's like you're the one who said it, bro. Where's the proof? It's like and it goes both ways. I'm sure they're both doing it 100%. But it's just like that was the most obvious to me when I seen that. And then when there was no proof afterwards and everyone's like, damn, Drake got to get my guys. Like that. Now we're just saying like, I like a beef when there's like actual substance to it. But this is now, we're just throwing shit at the wall now. It's like, all right. Like what is
though, so.
True. I mean, look, I feel like that's always been known now. Like I feel like it's always just one of those jokes where he's just so popular that it's like, yeah, Drake's just that guy who's been grooming like fucking half the women that are like our age now.
Sickening.
Yeah, real nice role model.
Real nice. Thanks, Drake. Appreciate that. Anyways, Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince, HBP.
Let's get right into it. DL, who's your favorite character of this movie?
Let's see, this one's tough. This is like the first one where I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, not to get off kilter a little bit, but like I feel like they were trying to not have this movie be so much about Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Like I feel like there was a lot more side characters stepping up.
It was definitely a lot more Draco, a lot more Snape, a lot more Dumbledore. I feel like Ginny. We'll get into that.
Ugh.
We'll get into that.
So
Trust
stupid.
me.
Yeah, but no, but like, and that's what I felt just to kind of put that out there in the beginning, because I think they're just trying to diversify a little bit. I feel like making the same movie five times, but like it being centered around Harry, like all these events that are happening, I feel like are always so linked to Harry. But this is like the first movie that's not. And the ending, I think that like we'll definitely talk about the ending too. We'll talk about the reveal, and like let me just say at a glance, like just in general, I think that was refreshing. But getting back to the topic at hand,
Back to it.
Favorite character? This one's tough, man. Damn,
It's a tough one.
yeah, because like obviously you can't give it to Harry. We've already spoken on this. Definitely not giving it to Snape. Dumbledore, I've already given to it more than enough times. Where like I don't think he did anything above the previous mentions to it. I think he was good in this movie, but I don't think he was as good as he was in the last movie when I gave him the props for it.
I still can't give it to Draco because he's did more, but still not enough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we talk about this every week, and we're still waiting for like where's his defining moment that makes everybody like him.
I don't think he's gonna have it at this point.
I feel like that's what that movie was. It. I feel like what happened in this movie.
This
like
was it. This was it. No way. This was
bro,
it.
I'm. That's just what I'm thinking. I don't know. I haven't seen the next two movies. We haven't seen these shits yet.
Are you saying that this redeemed him as a character for you?
No, I mean he's never been a good character to me. Like I've always said I don't like him. But regardless, I'll give it to Dumbledore. Just I really can't think of anyone right now. I hate to feel like a cop out answer to you guys. I want to give you guys the freaking the truth. But I mean like it's like I'm gonna give you a little bit of a cop out answer. I think it's Dumbledore. I don't think he did anything particularly more than he did last movie when I gave him a shout out for being my favorite character. But like they introduced a lot of characters to the fault of like not like there's so many where like everyone was trying to like there's a lot of plot, there's just a lot of story being told for a lot of people. So like
Yeah.
just by doing that, there wasn't a lot of like focus, specialized. Like, all right, we saw Voldemort as a kid. Like I said, that's not really gonna win any awards for me.
I was not a fan of that kid actor's
Yeah,
acting.
like I think he was fine. Like I said, I'm not. He's not gonna be my favorite actor now. All of a sudden, because I saw his kid act. Like I saw him as a kid. Like, yeah, sure, Dumbledore. What about you? Because I can't. I'm done. I'm done trying to figure this out because I can't do it.
I think I want to give it to Slughorn,
Who the hell's that?
the
Am I
potion
blanking?
teacher.
Okay.
I just thought he was, an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
He added more to the mix. It wasn't the same like, um, the thing we were talking about the comment in the beginning of the video.
Mm-hmm. Which is always the same. Like I mean,
The same, yeah.
he wasn't a
villain
dark
who
arts
makes
teacher.
the dark
Was
arts
nice.
teacher.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was a good character. He was interesting. I liked how he was kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun. And then of course the reveal, towards the end with him and Tom Riddle
Mm-hmm.
was really good as well. He changed
Yeah, no,
his own memory.
I'd agree. No, I definitely think that's. I think he was out of all like the characters they introduced like the same movie and then just throw them away in the same movie for the most part. I think he was
He's
probably
definitely the best one. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dumbledore's still
Mm-hmm.
that
And I
guy.
don't mind the werewolf guy who was like with Sirius Black, whatever movie that was, the third one. I think
Yeah.
he's cool. He's fine.
Yeah, he still pops in every once in a while.
Yeah, he's not bad.
What about least favorite? Because I know exactly who it's going to.
Um,
Besides Ron.
yeah, no, Ron is fucking intolerable in this movie again, man. A fucking again.
Fuck that bitch Lavender.
Oh, is that
The one that's all over Ron.
Is that who she is? Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
the
her
one that
name's
gave him the
Lavender.
love potion or whatever it was? I still don't even understand what that was about.
No,
Like,
not
why?
the one that gave the love potion. The one that was like all over him after he
Yeah.
won the Quidditch match and shit.
Mhm.
Her name was Lavender. She was annoying as fuck.
I probably just skipped every scene she was in. That's probably why. I mean, I remember her, of course. She had like curly hair or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd probably agree with you. I don't think she was much of a character. She was kind of just like the fucking getting Ron off his game, I guess. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a game,
He
but
doesn't
like,
have much game.
yeah, but like more so than usual. My least favorite character, I'm just gonna say what's clear and obvious: Snape.
Yeah,
I think
the
I-
180 was kind of wild.
he's giving me serious Kylo vibes, where I feel like he's just gonna be like, I feel like we talked about this like 2 episodes ago or somewhere. I'm like, is Snape evil? Like, are we still doing
We
this
did.
shit?
We talked about this, and then like,
And we're still doing it.
yeah, because
Like,
we were like, all right, well,
is he
he's,
bad? Like,
now, and I guess now he is because he's trying to make sure that Draco does everything that Voldemort wants him to do, and he did like that whole promise spell thing.
that did not seem necessary whatsoever.
No, and then he killed. Spoiler alert!
No.
No spoiler alerts, but he killed Dumbledore. He got him. He fucking got him. And I don't think he's dead. Personally,
No.
I don't think he's
If
dead.
you don't see the body, he's not dead. If there's not a funeral, if there's not some like prolonged like whole act of a movie like on their death, I feel like it's pretty safe to, especially Dumbledore. Come on now. Even if his body doesn't come back, I feel like it would be him and Sirius would probably be the same type of. I don't want to say Force Ghost because I feel like that's a little too on the nose, but I feel like it could be something like that. I mean, Dumbledore is like. I always think of Gojo now when I think of Dumbledore, just because they both are like they're the strongest wizards of their age or whatever, and they always call them that too.
That's
But
true.
it's like for someone as just as strong as he is and has lived for as long as he has, like I'm sure it's like a similar situation where like he knows I mean, obviously he knows a way to keep himself alive, prolonging like more than regular lifespan would
But,
have
like, he
you. 'Cause-
probably just disappeared or teleported or
yeah.
protected himself or whatever. I don't know.
Apparently, you can't block like the Averick, whatever the fuck it's called. You can't. There's like no block against. Because we talked about
I
this
just
before. Where
refuse to believe that he's dead. He is the all powerful, like you were just
yeah,
saying. Like he is that guy.
yeah,
There's no way that he.
yeah, he's that guy of this universe. Like this whole universe is literally like Dumbledore. Like like he's the man. I think he'll come back though. Like I said, even if it's just like a voice, even if it's like a fucking father son like kind of Kamehameha we got going on with Harry and Harry and because I mean I've seen the clip. Obviously, Harry and Voldemort are gonna have another beam struggle.
Yeah,
And
that's like the main thing of this movie or this franchise is the beam struggle at the end,
yeah,
which we'll talk about that when we get to that. We still have another movie in between.
yeah, we'll see.
Um,
Yeah, but let's give it a
it
Snape.
was-
I'm just gonna just to finish, just to round off the characters. I'm just gonna give it a Snape for like all the reasons we'll get into. Like, I think you guys already kind of have an idea. I mean, he killed fucking Dumbledore for Christ's sake. Like,
yeah.
how am I supposed to feel?
And there's no way that they're gonna say like. I think my biggest problem with it too is that they just keep jumping back and forth between. Is he evil? Is he not? Is he
Yeah.
evil? Is he not?
Because like I think even when we talked about before, I'm like he's just so based on 100% appearance, he's evil, and like that's why I haven't been able to shake it because like they're very clearly trying to like that's a red herring of some sort. I feel like it's him just
That's what
always
I
wearing
think
black,
it's a red
his
herring.
having like yeah like but you don't fucking know. Like this is the sixth movie. Like I don't know, man.
Absolutely insane.
No,
But I guess
agreed.
then we'll move into our make or break moments of the movie. The whole opening scene
Is a
is a make, in my
Okay.
opinion. I really liked it. As soon as Dumbledore pulls up, which Harry got cock blocked twice in this movie. Let me say that both by Ron and by Dumbledore. But the first time that this happened and Dumbledore came and cock blocked Harry, from then on, like when he meets Slughorn and all that, that shit's tough.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that,
I
him
agree.
rewinding time on the house to like fix it up and put everything back
Mhm.
where it's supposed to be. That was hard.
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
And he goes, "That was fun."
Yeah. Yeah, the Harry Dumbledore dynamic is probably one of my favorites in the whole franchise. Like it's just so good because you have like Harry being like the basically ignorant youth, and then you have Dumbledore like the all-knowing elder, and I think they just bounce off each other very well, and they learn from each other
The
too.
chemistry that they have is also really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for the most part, they've been working together for this entire franchise, like minus the first two movies, which Harry was
Yeah.
so young anyways. So basically, his entire like teenage years is knowing this man. So.
Yeah.
No, make I guess would be Harry using I guess would be Snape's spell on what's his name Draco when he used that shit on him. Like I don't even know what he did to him. He fucked his ass up.
He fucked him up.
Yeah, he was fucking covered. He looked like he got shot by like a shotgun or something. Like he looked like he got fucking bullet holes in him.
Massive
Snape-
gunpowder explosion.
And then Snape had to fucking save him. I mean, I feel like that was another clue that we should have thought about. The fact that he was just so easily able to just undo the spell. It's like, maybe it's his spell if he knows how to undo it. But obviously you don't know that until
the end.
reveal.
Yeah. But
It's just something to keep in mind of.
He fucked up Draco.
Mhm.
It looked like his
I
leg
mean-
was broken too. Like
I mean, I like it, but like in hindsight, like he had no idea what that shit did. All it said was for enemies. Like, bro, he could have fucking disemboweled
it
Draco.
exploded, like just straight
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I feel like he got pretty close. Like if Snape didn't step in, I'm assuming like that man's dead in like 10 minutes. Like he was fucking hemorrhaging. Like he was
Bleeding out. He
was done. He was not looking good either.
So
And he was just lurking. He was plotting Malfoy. I mean, like yeah,
Draco's always plotting.
he was like that. Was one shot where I think it was like Ron or whatever, and his girl running up the tower. Then it just pans out, and
pans to
fucking Draco is
yeah.
just sitting there. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, bro, go have some fun, man. Stop plotting for
Stop
1
hating
minute.
so much.
Yeah, for 1 minute.
I think we have to also talk about this. In previous episodes, I think mainly in the last one, we had made jokes and mentions of how Harry Potter was going to be the Half-Blood Prince because they've been calling him a half-blood.
Were
My
we
God,
wrong?
were we wrong? Yeah, my
I
God.
mean,
were
I
we
mean, I
wrong.
mean, look. It was definitely on purpose. The
Oh,
whole fucking.
absolutely.
It's like he even had the book. He had like For the Half Blood Prince. Like, I like it. I think that was probably one of the most redeeming parts of this movie is the fact
It
that
was a good twist. It was a really good twist.
because, like I said, but like when I kind of went into the little preamble on fucking for the characters, it's like every movie up until this point, it's like, all right, what is Harry gonna do to help? And obviously he's the chosen one, this, that, and the other thing, whatever. But it's like other characters are important too. Like other characters need their time in the limelight, and I think them not being like, all right, let's make Harry the Half Blood Prince, let's make him the boy who lived, let's make him this, let's make him this, let's make it like someone else. Like someone else can take a step of the plate. There's other people in this universe. Like before Harry was born, other things can happen, and that's why I like that Snape was the Half Blood Prince because like other shit happens. Like life went on before Harry
Poor
was just
Harry, yeah.
yeah.
It was definitely a good twist,
Mm-hmm.
but we were wrong. Our theories were
Yeah.
very wrong.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Can't always be right. Especially when I said that. Usually they're pretty on the nose with their foreshadowing. So this is like a one time where they caught me lacking.
They caught you lacking.
Also, I called that shit with Ginny and fucking Harry. Called that shit.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, they also said it like in the first one, like the most offhand remark, and I was like, wow, they're really gonna run this back. I mean, Ginny, look, hi Harry. Okay. I mean, look, I mean, but hi Harry.
All I'm gonna say is, Ron a bitch.
Yes, correct. He's clueless. He literally does not have a clue. Like Hermione could literally make out with him, do everything else. I'm not gonna elaborate. You guys know, they could do everything, and Ron would still think that she ain't into him. I swear. I like it's to the point now where it's just like it's always been unrealistic, and I've always had beef with that shit. But like now, it's just downright ridiculous.
It's
Like
crazy.
it's just ridiculous. Like being clueless is one thing, but like just being straight up like.
Oblivious.
Yeah, like being absolutely ignorant. Like this isn't just like your regular run of the mill. Like, oh, I didn't hear what you said. Like, this is a face to face conversation.
I want to fucking be with you, like type shit, and he's just like, nah,
No, all right,
nah, I don't see it, nah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another dynamic that I'm
Ronald
hoping.
Weasley.
Yeah, Ronald. I mean, I've literally had beef with that guy since day one, so I'm glad to know. I'm glad that some things don't change. Another dynamic that I hope we get a little bit more on is Harry and Hermione. I feel like they like the fact that they are just friends. Like there is no like sexual undertone need to be thrown every 2 seconds. Ooh, my bad, Mike. Like there's no like
They even say that like when they
explicitly, yeah.
Yeah, when Harry and Ron are having the conversation in the fucking door.
Yeah, he's like I've never even thought about her like that.
Yeah,
which is fine to me. It's like
that happens. Like that's just a thing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you grow up with something. But regardless, I think that's a cool dynamic that I think should be explored more. Just because, I mean, I think I've said this before, where like forced relationships in litter and just any piece of work, it's just so annoying because like they like for some reason there's this idea that they have to like check the box of the main character always needs a woman, or if it's a woman always needs a man, and it's just sometimes like for someone like Harry, like after seeing 6 movies of him with no woman, like I don't need to see something now.
I don't need to see him with Ginny. I really don't.
We went 6 movies. Obviously, the first couple they were children, but like they still have like relationships, like when you're a kid. Like,
it was unnecessary.
Exactly, and like it just proves to me that like you don't need it. Like we've gotten through 6 movies. I think we could do 2 more, and they're not going to let you off the hook. We're not going to get let off the hook. We're going to get a kissing scene with Harry and Ginny. It's going to happen. What do they say? Snobbing or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever their words are, they're going to be doing that. I'm very excited. Very going to be very surprised you couldn't hear the sarcasm through the mic.
Oh, I did. I just wanted to make it clear. I think the whole ending scene, well, maybe not the whole ending scene, but the whole like attack on Hogwarts and like the burning down Hagrid's hut and like all that shit with Bellatrix and whatnot, that was really fucking cool.
Yeah, once again, Hagrid's hut is just in fucking Narnia. Like in that scene, they went so deep. There was one scene in this movie, I feel like they were hiking. They were like, well, yeah.
Maybe his hut is magic. Maybe that's its thing.
No.
Maybe it's forever changing. That might be something they mentioned in the book that we just don't know.
Yeah. This is another thing I said to be.
What was the dude that commented last time? Maybe he'll comment again.
Yeah. So help us out with. I mean, this speaking of in the book, this is to me has been the most obvious that this movie. I mean, I feel like the worst adaptation from a book, and I mean, I didn't read the book, so I wouldn't know. But like to me, there was too many scenes in this movie where like literally it would be a character's face and a door would close. They would get cut to a scene, someone would have a very like one line of dialogue, it would go to another scene. Like it just feels to me whatever like the
It
master
felt like a
recording
book.
was. Yeah,
Like the movie itself felt like the pacing of a book.
not even that. Like it felt like if like the actual like the main recording was like this movie what was like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something.
The
I
longest
feel
one.
like I feel like the director's cut or whatever you call it could probably be like 2-3 hours, probably more than that. Like I feel like there was so much cut out, like more so like I've noticed it this time. This is my first time I've noticed it. Like usually I'm not even like maybe because I feel like the main characters were on a side quest the entire movie, but that's just me. Maybe that's why I noticed it more because I just felt like when there is nothing to do, you kind of nitpick a little more. But like maybe in
Yeah.
the third or fourth movie, where like they're always on go, it's like, oh, we got to go here, we got to go here, we got to go here. But in this movie, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it just felt like the characters were just. If this felt like like the most, also in the most filler movie out of all of them, that's for me. Like I feel like,
we both have very different opinions on this movie.
yeah, like besides the
I
whole
really like this
Holocrux,
one.
besides the Holocruxes, I don't really see the purpose of
Horcruxes.
this. Whatever, I don't see the purpose of this movie. Like you have the whole side quest of Harry trying to get a woman, and then he fails. Ron trying to get a woman, and he fails. And then Ron's fucking has a love potion attached to him, and then I don't even know what's going on. We got Harry just standing up when Ginny walks over to the table. Like it's weird shit goes on in this movie, man. I don't
I mean
know.
that's true. However, that ending and all this like
Yeah,
mystery of the Half Blood Prince and
true.
and Dumbledore's death and Snape's betrayal
Mm-hmm.
and honestly all the stuff to do with Bellatrix and fuck what the hell is her name? Narcissa. I think they were both great, which we'll get into Bellatrix later.
Is that the one who fucking Avracadavered or whatever? Avada Cadaver, fucking Sirius Black.
The
You
crazy
talking about?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck her. What the fuck? What are we talking about? Fuck her. She ass. No, but
I fuck with it in the like the
yeah.
I fuck with the character. I fuck with like
Yeah, I don't have any problem with their character. I have more of a problem with their whole means of transportation. I don't like that. I don't like their whole.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but
Yeah, it's like whenever they do stuff like it's like force running in episode 1, that kind of vibe to me. It's like we're throwing it in to make it look cool, but like it's never gonna be used in a fight. So why are you showing it to me? Like
yeah.
if it's shown it's in a fight, they're how the fuck you beat that? But whatever.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. I think the CGI actually doesn't look bad on it. I mean, it's probably not that hard to do, but like I think it's like aesthetically it's fine, but like in terms of just like the story, I don't think it's necessary. When you have them like flying through the Weasley's house and then like
the burning it and shit.
yeah, it's like holy shit, man. It's like I don't know. It's just like like that would be more of a break moment if we're still talking about that stuff. Like just that whole like design.
It's just weird because like they broke a bridge with that. How? They
Yeah.
burned down the Weasley's house with
And then
that.
they broke
How?
one bridge. It's like going into the city and destroying one bridge. I'm like, bro, there's like 30 fucking bridges. Like, what are you doing? Like, I get it. Like, they're not gonna destroy every bridge. But, like, it was I don't know. That was another scene that just felt weird. Like, they were just trying to show us that like they're causing havoc. Like, it didn't feel like they were causing that much havoc.
No, it was just like, oh, we're gonna do one small thing. So you
Yeah, one like fucking walking, rotating shot of them just like going through London, destroying shit. I'm like, what are you like bumping into somebody? Like this is you causing havoc, is knocking somebody over. Like, well, fine. I mean, like it's whatever. It's just like I don't think the point was delivered as well as they thought it was.
No, definitely not.
Oh, another scene I liked is when Harry revealed that he didn't give Ron the potion. I think that was cool. I mean, it just shows you. I think it was a cool little lesson where it's like that whole luck shit don't mean nothing. Don't mean
I
no.
mean, shit.
Um.
Hmm.
Oh, how the fuck does I had to look this up, and it's another one of those things that apparently it's talked about more in the book. just because I was so confused. How the fuck did Malfoy? How did Draco see Harry in the beginning of the movie? Like when he's like, why are you snooping around, Harry? And then the man's invisible. Like apparently in the book, like Harry like was knocking shit over and stuff. So show that. Like
Yeah,
like
they kind of did miss the mark.
it
On
was
that.
really weird,
I
very
thought
weird to
maybe
me.
he had a spell or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Like I was expecting like something to happen afterwards, but then like halfway through the movie, I'm like, damn, we really just kind of just didn't explain how he's just seeing and like Dumbledore is the only person who's been seen to see through the cloak. It's like, what kind of precedent is that? Is that Malfoy and fucking and Dumbledore are the only two people who can see through it? Like, doesn't make sense.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's. I'm trying to think if there's any like to me.
I think that's all I have.
Yeah. For me, it's like I feel like to me the movie's just like more boring. Like I wouldn't even say it like it's mid or like oh it's ass. Like and that really wouldn't be like the word I would use for it. I feel like it's just like to me it's just kind of boring. Like I don't think it's like I don't need to cut its ass that bad. I don't think it's that shitty of a movie, but there are definitely some scenes where it's just dragging on. But you know, to each their own. Let me get this up. Did you have any quotes?
Not really.
All I have is fucking in the beginning when she's like, "Oh, who's Harry Potter?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. He's a bit of a tosser, really."
A bit of a tosser, really.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
yeah.
There was something I meant to write down, and I completely forgot. It wasn't anything like inspiring. It was just random, but like it made me chuckle, and I fucking forgot to write it down.
Yeah, there really wasn't much quotes. I mean, this has been the deal. Harry Potter is. I mean, now that we've watched 6 movies, I can pretty much say for certainty that it's not a dialogue-driven movie. Like it has its moments, like any movie or show does, but it's definitely not like the focal point. Like it's not that complicated.
Yeah, Potter, take Weasley with you. He looks far too happy over there.
Yeah, that's another character that's it's kind of a shame. But like, what? Like, how was she not defending Gandalf? What's her name?
McGonagall.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of just had nothing to do.
I feel like she hasn't really had anything to do.
Ever. Like, it's like even in the last movie when that one Umbridge or whatever pulls up and she just kind of like this is underneath her. Like, it's so weird. We were talking about that last episode, so we don't have to get back into it.
But like it doesn't make sense. Like where does McGonagall fall into this?
Yeah. I thought she was number 2. I thought it would literally be like Gandalf,
so, yeah,
and then or maybe like she split with like Hagrid, her, then all the other teachers, like maybe something like that. But
I guess because Umbridge was part of the Ministry,
she
bumped her or some shit.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like to me, I mean, because like she's not even a teacher, McGonagall. Either. Like she's like. Because like in terms of like a classical, like if this was a high school, it'd be like, all right, Gandalf's the principal. I don't know, like maybe assistant principal would be McGonagall because like obviously you have the teachers. That's simple.
Maybe because she's a house leader, she would be an assistant principal.
Who's she house leader for?
Gryffindor.
Isn't that Dumbledore?
No, Dumbledore's just headmaster.
Oh, he is. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I remember there in one movie it was like they were talking to her like, oh, as the team leader of Gryffindor. Yeah. Okay, no, you're right. You're right.
So
but besides that,
I guess that would be assistant principal.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean,
nothing else.
No.
Fuck! I just had something and I lost it. Fuck.
Maybe we'll come back to you.
I hope so.
You have any yides? Because I got Luna saving Harry on the train after. I mean, we could technically put Draco.
I forgot about Luna.
I don't like her. I mean, it's not that I don't like her. I just don't really understand. Like, she is so
weird.
She's so plot dependent. Like, she's like when she's in a scene, you know something with plot. Like, something's gonna happen. Like, it's
when she's in a scene, you know why she's in that scene.
Yeah, exactly. It's she's just weird to me. It's like I'm sure there's
she's just random. Like she just says random shit.
It's like I feel like you never see her at Hogwarts. You only ever see her like when their characters are like in the between. Like yeah, exactly. It's so weird.
Harry took her to the dance.
Oh my god, man, that shit.
Um, seeing Diagon Alley completely barren,
Mm-hmm.
besides the Weasleys' candy shop, was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Like everyone's that scared of
I mean,
Voldemort
rightfully
returning.
so. That man is just snatching people.
Yeah, I'm 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 intrigued to see what's gonna happen with Voldemort because we haven't seen him really
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, we didn't see him this entire movie. Yeah, I mean, as predicted. I feel like we talked about that last
We
episode.
did,
Though, yeah.
we did.
Well, I'll wait till the end of the episode where we can kind of like. I feel like this is the best time for us to give like our predictions. Can basically, since we're basically at the last movie, like since part one and part two, I'm sure is going to be like pretty
Very
seamless. Like,
connected. Yeah.
yes, but we'll talk about that towards the very end. So if you guys are looking for our predictions, stay tuned. So yeah, it's I mean, yeah, Luna saving Harry on the train, like her just for some reason still being on the train, just to be like, oh, he's knocked out. Also, I thought Draco killed Harry. I'm not gonna
I
lie. When
mean,
he's just sitting there with his
I
eyes
didn't
open,
understand. I didn't really understand what he did to him for a minute. I was
he
like,
just
"What the fuck?"
paralyzed him, yeah, or
Yeah,
something.
I figured it out, but I was like, "What
Hmm.
is he
At
doing to
first,
him?"
yeah, I agree with. I thought he was dead because like I thought he like hit his head. I'm like, so did you like knock him out? Because why the fuck is his eyes open then? Like I thought Harry got knocked out falling, but I'm like, is he dead?
No, he just paralyzed him, I
Yeah.
guess.
And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I know this. Yeah, it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, get back up, Harry." And then Malfoy's just like, I keep switching his name between Draco or Malfoy, whatever. And then Draco just sees him afterwards when he's talking to Snape, and he's like, "Nice face, Potter. Like, weren't you trying to
Kill
send him
him?
back to London or something?" Like, yeah,
I mean, I
like
feel like he could have killed him there.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that what's his name, Draco. He ain't got no take.
No,
He can't
Draco's
take.
a
I mean,
professional hater.
true. I mean, his whole family's a bunch of haters, and then I mean, they would even kind of just like a little aside, like the fact that Lucian or whatever is like in jail now or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
When the
That
fuck did that
was
happen?
I don't know, but did you miss something at the end of the last movie? Because did I miss
I
something at the end of the
and
last movie?
I feel like it has something to do with Hermione. I feel like Hermione saw something. I think because I think they're talking about that in this movie. It's about like something about Lucius or whatever, and like how she saw him in the Ministry or something. I think I don't know. I don't remember.
I,
'Cause I thought Harry was the one who saw him because
yeah, I thought
that's how he knew there was that
that's why,
room
and
from
that's
his
why he's
dream or
hating on
whatever.
Harry.
I don't know, man. Someone's got to help us out. Someone whoever's watching this, fucking do your thing. And
Yeah, please enlighten us, someone, because I'm confused.
yeah, I don't get it either. Maybe that's well. I mean, like I said, this movie kind of like didn't keep my attention the same way that the previous ones were. So maybe I missed something. But I mean, if you missed it too, then chances are like it's probably not us. Like it might just be
Yeah,
like
I do not remember Lucius going to jail.
hmm, maybe it was the post credits. I feel like I have not been watching for post credit scenes in these movies.
I don't think there were post credit scenes. Are there post credit scenes? Because if there were, I haven't watching them.
Me either. I haven't watched a single one. That's probably why we're confused. No, no. I'll have to look, but I mean, chance.
I'll
I
look
mean,
right
it's
now.
not that big of a deal to be honest. Like, but it just felt weird because I remember we were talking about it. Like, I feel like that was your whole beef with last movie. Is that how does no one know Lucius is fucking evil or whatever? And now they do apparently. I guess like
No,
at the
they
end.
don't. They don't.
Hmm. Hmm. Even weirder.
Yeah, I don't. But that's literally been my beef for fucking so long, and then he's just arrested
All
randomly.
right.
Whatever.
All right.
I get what I wanted in the end. I guess.
Yeah. Another. I mean, maybe you can explain this to me because I definitely was kind of zoned out when they were explaining this. The whole Dumbledore memory thing. How does he have a memory for something that wasn't his?
Which memory?
The one where young Voldemort is asking about the Horcruxes.
The first version of it, right?
Yeah.
Um, he probably took it out years ago when he fired or quit it the first time.
Okay. I mean, that's magic, so it really could be anything. Like I feel like
That's
they could
what
just.
I assumed because like it was the memory after Slughorn altered it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that like he altered it because he knew he was going to have to hide it from Hogwarts or hide it from Dumbledore, and
That makes
then
sense.
and then that's what Dumbledore took the memory
Hmm.
for whatever
And
trial he was.
I'm sure after he became a fucking maniac too, probably also doesn't help. Like after Tom Riddle basically lost his fucking mind, and became Voldemort.
Yeah,
Okay, and that
It
makes
might have
sense.
been the Voldemort trial, even
Maybe.
like when they were trying to figure out all the Death Eaters and whatnot.
I mean, I feel like I gotta say this again, just as a just because I said it last episode. Fuck Advatar Cadaver or whatever it is. Fuck that shit, man. I am so tired of hearing
Kill,
that fucking word.
insta kill,
I'm so tired of that shit,
literally
man.
just instant kill.
It's like the most fucking neat and tidy thing I've ever seen. Like, what? Like, why? Like, you just have to be. You got to do more than that. You have to. It's like,
And there's no way to block it. There's no way to
it's
do like any of this.
yeah. It's like I don't know, man. It's like how the fuck does magic ever? How does light ever beat out dark if they have a spell that kills on impact? Like, because there's no, to my knowledge, there's no
No light spell that does
antithesis
that.
exact to bring someone back to life. There's no, or like something like of an antithesis to it. Like, there's no light spell for that. So why is it not balanced? Like, to me, it seems like there should be a balancing somewhere. But whatever. I talked about this last episode. Shit get me tight.
There's no balance, and there never will be a balance.
Man, it's magic, Hag. It's
It's
magic.
magic.
My tick.
Do we have anything to lean in for this episode?
No, they're like 17. I mean, if Drake was on this episode, he would be leaning in right now.
He would. He
But
would.
They're like
But we do
15,
not.
16. Yeah, it's like maybe I need me a love potion for one of my gym wives. Maybe that's just kind of what I'm thinking. I see the
I feel like a
vision.
love potion is fucking way too powerful to be teaching kids
Mhm.
in class.
I mean, I feel like that could be said for anything about the dark arts too, though. It's like, I mean, the fact that that guy literally taught them the spells is crazy. I mean, I guess like you have to. It's like
You have to practice the spells and whatnot.
yeah. I mean, it's just all a very slippery slope. It's like just because you don't teach them the spells, like the curses, doesn't mean that they won't learn it. So it's like whatever. Yeah, I mean, how are they still going to this school, man? What fucking school has like 6 grades like this? I mean, I guess they started when they were younger.
They started when they were like 11, so they're 17, and then next year they're probably 16 turning 17, and next year they're 17 turning 18.
Okay, so I'm assuming like they'll probably be I don't know. Well, when we get into our predictions, I'll kind of go back more into it. But okay, it just feels weird, like hearing like 6th year. I'm like, bro, what fucking school he was 6th year at? Like what kind of super
I
senior
also
is
think
this?
that think that that's how England.
Okay,
was
no,
then.
that I would 100%. No, I would not look past that. Like, I have a very American centric point of view thinking about that. True.
I believe I could be wrong.
I mean, probably because I know
So
I know middle school isn't everywhere. Because that's basically, I mean, no, because they're basically doing elementary, middle, and high school. Like that's, I don't know about that.
Who fucking
What else?
knows?
Yeah,
Hogwarts is a fake school.
true.
Holy
Real-
shit, we got mad responses this week.
Real place though.
We got mad responses to the question of the week
Is that
this week.
is that sarcasm?
No, I'm being serious.
Let's go.
Holy crap. We got a nice group of responses. So, of course, every week we take to our Instagram at the Staincast to ask you guys a lovely question, get you involved, and see what you're thinking. This week, we asked you what your favorite video game, or your favorite, video game tie-in from a movie or a TV show. We got some great responses from CMO Ho. He said Lego Star Wars, which, I mean, that is a classic,
True.
of course.
You have this. Oh, I see it. Okay, keep going. My bad. Oh, yeah, you're right.
RP24, not to be confused with Chet Stable, said NBA 2K, which I guess technically
he's really
he's stretching it. He's stretching it. Can't lie there.
Because technically, basketball is a TV show, I guess.
Yeah, so whatever. Cole Siop said Lord of the Rings Conquest. I personally haven't played it, but that's
I don't even know they made Lord of the Rings yet, but I feel like that's kind of just like that can just be assumed. Like anytime a show is popular, they make a game
They're
for it.
making a game. Yeah. Well, it's also
Usually
movie
mobile
tie-
games now.
Do
Usually
you,
mobile
do you
games now.
forget how many movie tie-in games and shit were back in the day?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Fucking
Um,
absolutely horrid.
Mumberla said SpongeBob SquarePants the movie, the game, which that is a fire game, and I have it for my GameCube
Yeah.
because I needed that.
Yeah. This is one of those games that'll stick with me forever. Like I'll never forget about that game because it's just as good in the movie. Like it's
It's
such a good companion for the movie.
yeah,
Like
it's a
it's
great like platformer, like just 3D platformer fun. That's when games were good. That's when games were good. Um,
nah. What are you talking about?
you're come on, a nice cheap game like that every once in a
Yeah.
while to play wouldn't hit.
I mean, there's no cheaping games are now no
Yeah,
longer fucking.
non-existent.
They're
Yeah, you are right.
antonyms. They're fucking antonyms now.
You are
Unfortunately,
right. You
paying
are right.
$70 for a game that's fucking one has one life cycle in it. It's fucking dead. No one plays it within a year. Like at least the
You are.
multiplayer games. Obviously, the case can be made for single player games, but the state of current like co-op, multiplayer, couch co-op, any of that shit, ass.
That is true. Very, very true. Speaking of that, though, Max said Battlefront 2. I don't know
Hmm.
if he means old Battlefront 2 or new Battlefront 2, but I'm going to
Mostly
say probably
both.
old Battlefront 2
I mean, they're
or
both
both.
tough.
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
Battlefield, the newer one just obviously benefits from being newer, but the old one is cooler for sure.
Yeah. Um, the Queel said Spider-Man 2 for PS2, also the one that was for the Xbox, goes hard in the paint, and all the Lego Star Wars games, but not the Ray ones. Everything he said there is correct.
What about Spider-Man 3, Paco? What about that one?
Oh yeah,
Leave me alone, pal.
I'm
Dink.
thinking. Bet I can guess what's in your mind though. Jacob said Nicktoons Unite on GameCube, which I do have to agree with him.
Is that is that just like a whole bunch of their properties in one game?
Yeah, hold on, I'll look it up for you and I'll screen share it. So it's Danny Phantom. They have a couple like different like there's a couple games to it. Oh, here's the actual. There we go.
And when Paco says not the Ray ones, what does he mean? Like, is he talking about they're a Ray
He's talking about
specific?
like the ones that involve Ray.
Oh yeah, because I always think of the Skywalker collection, but I forget that they're separate games, right? Like the Skywalker collection is just all of the games.
No, the Skywalker Saga is a retelling of a retelling of all of them. Like
Just
that's its brand new game, but
uh,
then they did release a Force Awakens Lego game. But these are the Nicktoons games.
huh?
And this one right here, the first one that started off, this one's tough. This one's really fucking good. But
I think I
I
played maybe Volcano Island. Seems weird. Maybe
I
I
agree
did
with
play it.
Jacob though, because this is fire.
Yeah.
And then Willie B said Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo.
What the fuck is that?
I'm looking it up.
I feel like Gromit. For Gromit, for some reason, seems like I think I have an idea of what he looks like. Yeah, it's those fucking hideous guys from like that claymation or whatever it is. I didn't realize they made a fucking video game out of this. What the
Oh, it's from the
fuck?
PS2 era. Oh, okay. I've seen this. I've seen this game cover before. Okay. There's a new. I
Okay.
think a new Wallace and Gromit movie coming out this year or next year. It's coming out soon.
Jesus, this just makes me that animation style or whatever it is, the stop motion. I
You
don't
don't fuck with it?
that. Nah, it's alright. I mean, I think I was younger and that shit just scarred me. That shit's scary, man.
That's fair. That's fair. Stuff like fucking Coraline and shit.
Mm-hmm. Like anything,
Um,
what's his name? Beetlejuice
Tim
guy.
Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit just fucking scares me. Like Jack, I think we did Halloween.
We did do Never for
It's
Christmas.
it's just very unsettling to me.
I fuck with it, especially in Tim Burton movies. I personally fuck with Tim Burton movies, but we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I guess then we'll just hop right into our ratings.
Oh, this can be an interesting one. Let me see what I did for the previous movies. We're on 6, right? So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I'd give this. I mean, did you have something that came to your head right away on what you'd give this? Some kind of.
I'm putting this pretty much even with the second movie at like a B.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you on that one. I think I might just do a B minus because I think the second one, the second one
And
had that fucking mid ending. Though. At least this one had a cooler ending. So
this
I'll
one
give you
had a
that.
much cooler ending, and oh Jesus, and I would much take a much cooler ending over a much mid
Better
ending.
story, yeah, or just like
Yeah.
yeah. And I think B is about right. Like we said, we're gonna come back to these rankings just because I feel like as soon as we get the full picture, I think it's gonna be a lot clearer to
Yeah.
like what's what. Because I see a lot of there's a lot of like B, A plus, B plus, B. Like that's too much. Like the first one I gave a C plus. I think I'll have to be a little nicer because it is the
Yeah, we'll
first
definitely
one.
have to readjust these, but
Mhm.
um,
I think B sounds about right though. I think I'd agree with you.
yeah, it's a good movie. It just can agree. Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
Long day.
Yeah. Um, it's a good movie. It does drag a little bit at points. The ending is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they got my guy Dumbledore,
Yeah, they
but
fucking got him. Hopefully they didn't actually get him. Because if they actually got him, I might be a little pissed. I might be.
yeah,
I mean, man, no, we'll see. I mean, I guess we can kind of just do a little prediction real quick now that we've rated it.
yes. So they're gonna have to go for the Horcruxes.
Yeah, I mean, I think sounds like there's just one. Sounds like Voldemort just has one. Like they took the actual whoever the fuck that was. Well, he said the um, acronym. I didn't remember. I like it must be a new character because that I was trying to run through it. Like who is this? But I don't think that's a character we've met before that acronym unless it's like fucking Dobby's ass or something. Because I feel like he's coming back. He's
Oh,
got to come back.
he's in the thumbnail of it on Max.
Wow, nice.
Of course,
Yeah,
Dobby's coming back.
so he's coming back. I think we'll definitely see Sirius Black again. That's for sure. Whether it's like I said, Force Ghost. I'm just saying that just to make it easier. Just so I don't have to explain it. Um, I think. I mean, the big three. No one's killing them. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
I don't think Draco's gonna die. Considering I feel like,
I don't
nah,
think
maybe
Draco's
maybe he
gonna die
sacrifices
even.
himself. Maybe that's why he garners so
I
much
think
love.
I think maybe McGonagall.
Okay.
I think there's a good Hagrid. As much as I don't want him to, I think there's a good
Yeah.
chance that Hagrid bites the dust as well.
I could see Hagrid living. I could see Hagrid being like out of all like those teachers that like let's say there is like that big brawl between like the Death Eaters, Voldemort, then like basically Hogwarts. I think if anyone's living, I think it might be Hagrid, just because.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I have no evidence. It literally just be.
Snape's a good contender too. I feel like.
Like I said, I'm getting serious Kylo vibes from Snape. I feel like he's going to be evil, turn good, then die, like in that order,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna happen. Or maybe it was a twist. Maybe he was always good to begin with. Oh.
Wow.
We'll see.
What a twist.
Who knows? I mean, with his character, literally, like I said, it could go any of which. He could
Yeah.
either stay bad, become good, or he's always good. Which I mean, none of those are good alternatives to me because he's been a nothing character for the most part. Like
He's
he's
been
been
the
a background character.
background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a wild change.
Mm-hmm. Who else are we missing? Voldemort. Unfortunately, he's gonna die. Shocker.
He's
Ooh.
definitely gonna die. I mean, I think that the middle part. So it's good. All right. So part one's gonna end with Harry or someone losing or a
Mm-hmm.
death of some sort. Like there's gonna be
Yeah.
something like that. That's gonna
Or like
part one.
Spider-Verse part 2 type shit where like right when something big is about to happen, like we're gonna take that next step, it's gonna end type shit. I don't know. Who knows? But I agree with you. It's gonna be something like that.
Yeah, and then we'll get part two
Mm-hmm.
to wrap everything up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm expecting part 2 to kind of be like no intro, like a nice cold open would hit the spot for part 2, like a nice fucking.
I would love a cold open. I'm a big fan of a cold
Yeah.
open.
Like I feel like that's the perfect time to do it. Like when you're literally carrying the momentum from the last movie too, where it's like you know what to expect. Like we're not expecting like some exposition dump in the last movie of the franchise. Like come on, give it to us. Give us a crazy ass intro, and then show us the Half Blood Prince. I mean, Deathly Hollows or whatever Part 2. I think that would hit the spot. Obviously, I'm talking up my ass. I don't have a fucking clue.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
This is speculation hour. All right, we got our speculation hats on.
Yeah. How do we think Harry's gonna do it?
Like beat Voldemort.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be some fucking parents type shit, some father son Kamehameha type shit, like we
You
saw.
think so?
I mean, nah, they already used that though. They already used that when he went against Voldemort in the graveyard though. So I don't think they'll double back on that. I think it's gonna have to be Gandalf this time, or some like
Dumbledore?
adult figure is gonna have to push him.
Dumbledore, not Gandalf.
What? Now you're confusing me. What the fuck you
You
talking
said
about? Not
Gandalf.
Oh, but you said Dumbledore, not Gandalf. Fuck, stop. Stop. Yeah, no. Dumbledore.
Come on, bro.
Bro, you're the one who's fucking. Okay.
Watch this fucking shit back.
Yeah.
You will see exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, probably because it slips off the tongue just easy. But regardless, Dumbledore maybe he'll be the father.
I think he's
figure.
coming back. I honestly think he's coming back. I don't think he's dead. I think that's gonna be that might even be a cliffhanger for the first
part one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here's what I think. Here's what I don't like. I think the more I think about it now, to be honest, I don't think they should bring him back because the way I see it is either he has to die or he has to watch Harry fight, which obviously the latter doesn't make sense. Gandalf would help him fight, so he can't be there to help Harry because Harry's got to do it by himself because the heroes, you know how it goes. Harry's got to be there. I mean, Harry's got to be doing it by himself, whether like fucking something happens like to get Voldemort off guard. Who knows? But it's also a beam struggle. Like I'm just not very well versed on how you win a beam struggle. Like to me, it's always just seems like whoever clinches their cheeks hard enough wins. But I don't fucking know. What do you think? Do you think Gandalf comes? I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Though it's
I think that he does. I feel like I get what you're
I
saying.
I just don't want them to kill him again, though. It's just tough because
to bring him back to kill him again. Yeah, that would not be it. But fuck.
It's tough because I want him to come back, but I don't want him to help Harry.
I don't want to admit that he's dead. All right.
Yeah, they fucking got my basically favorite character. Like him and Harry. I mean, they're my favorite duo. So I'll give them both the same.
Yeah, yeah. It gets me upset.
Man, it's tough, but I think, I mean, it's gonna be neat and tidy. I can feel it. I just know it's going to be. I don't think there'll be much. I don't think there'll be much loose ends. Like when you tell a story for this long, you want that shit to be pristine when it's finished. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's basically what this movie was. Like, I think that's kind of the good and the bad of this movie. Like, just to kind of sum it up, is like it knows that it needs to get into final act mode, so it kind of had to snip. A little snip in here and there.
It ties up some things, but not everything.
Mm-hmm.
And those things that aren't tied up are definitely going to be tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Next two movies.
Yeah. Do you think the Half-Blood Prince is going to have any relevance going forward?
No,
I don't think so either. I think there'll be maybe more to be learned. I mean, no, because Harry had that whole book. I feel like anything he would have learned from the book, he would have done already.
Yeah. I don't think that there. Yeah, there was nothing.
It's catchy. It's a catchy name, but
it's a catchy name. It was just used to get for the title of the book, but
and for the reveal of Snape being like, "Oh,
yeah, but yeah, nothing special there."
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's about it.
Anyone who's been watching with us, I don't know if Mumbrella is definitely not.
Mumbrella's not watching.
Yeah, he tapped out.
He's not watching.
So I was gonna tell you guys to see what you guys think, drop some predictions, but you guys have already seen this shit, so don't spoil it, please, God, please
don't spoil it. Don't spoil
do that.
This.
Don't be that guy. Okay,
we're almost there. We got 2 movies left, and stay tuned to join us for that. But in the meantime, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, follow us and give us a nice little review. When you're done doing all that, you can head over to our Instagram at the Staincast I'm looking like that right now.
That's me when y'all don't follow and subscribe.
That's true. But then you could go over to Instagram, follow the Instagram, turn on them fucking post notifications, and stay
True.
tuned for this weekend.
That one. That one.
Right there. That one.
That
right there.
one.
And stay tuned for this weekend. We're right on that story. Right on that story. There will be
Yeah.
the teaser and the question of the week for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Part 1.
P1.